What's up, everybody? Welcome. Good evening, and possibly good morning to some of y'alls out there. Welcome to my first master study on this John Byrne comic page from Elsewhen. I'm so excited to get started on this, and I did a little bit of prep time to get it ready, get it prepped. I'll show you guys all the little prep that I went into. It's going to be a little different today on this master study because as decided last, I think it was last stream, I don't think I'm going to go through a penciling phase on this one because all we know, or all we have from, not all, what we have already from John Byrne on this Elsewhen series that he made is his rough pencils already. So I didn't think there was any point to me copying his pencils or trying to study his pencils when they're already here. The reason why I went through a penciling phase on all the other master studies that I've done was to kind of break down the whole process and go step by step into it. But this one's a little different. I think this one's going to focus more on just the finishes on this and the inking finishes on this because we don't have a finished version of this John Byrne page. He never took it to inks. He just just took it to final pencils on this. So anyway, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, just diving into the weeds already. But for everybody joining, and for those of you who don't know, welcome. My name is Rocky Ballesteros. I haven't done a late night stream in a while. There's many reasons to that, but I definitely wanted to try and get this one in. It was either going to happen tonight, late night tonight, or it was going to happen like Thursday, because as many of you know, I have a Wednesday show tomorrow, and tomorrow's show, if everything goes well and I'm able to stream tomorrow, is going to be jam-packed, because I was looking at what is coming out tomorrow, and usually I like fill out a post-it and like, you know, write down, oh yeah, I want to get that book, or I'm going to get that book, maybe I'll check out this book. But I went to 2 post-its. It's a 2 post-it day for tomorrow, so I think there's going to be quite a few new books, which I'm really excited about. But yeah, welcome to my channel. Here I talk about comics. This channel was started for the love of comics. It's kind of my little tagline on that. And just to celebrate comics, celebrate how much I love comics myself, celebrate the art of comics in particular, and also for me as an artist to hone my craft, hone my skills, and hopefully turn this into, you know, a place where I can be working on my own comic as well. That's the goal, and that's always been the goal since the very beginning. But we're making baby steps, and one of those baby steps is this Master Study series that I do on this channel semi-frequently. So the Master Studies I've done before, just to recap, is I've done a Master Study of a Mike Zeck Punisher page. I've done a Master Study of a Michael Golden page from the NAM, the series of the NAM. I've done a Master Study of a Will Eisner Spirit page, a Mobius Silver Surfer page, a Silver Surfer Parable with Galactus, a Barry Windsor Smith cover for Weapon X, a, what is that one? Oh, Jim Steranko, Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. page. That was an awesome one. And my last Master Study I did, the 7th Master Study I've done, wow, we've done 7 already, is a page from Frank Miller's run on Daredevil. And it had a little bit of Elektra in there. And that was really fun. I love that page. That page is hanging up behind my head right there. The finished page is, oh, sorry, you can see it in the blur. So yeah, so this new Master Study is going to be John Byrne's Elsewhere series. And just to recap people who don't know, John Byrne is one of the greatest artists, legendary artists on X-Men. He did a great run with Chris Claremont, worked on some of the most iconic stories in Uncanny X-Men that I grew up with in the 70s, 80s. And one of that is like the Dark Phoenix saga, if you guys don't remember that. Pretty iconic in X-Men. And since John Byrne left working with Marvel, at one point he created this fanfic series of his own of what would happen if he wrote the ending of Dark Phoenix and not Chris Claremont. And so he wrote and drew 30 plus issues of this series that he calls Elsewhere that takes place during that Dark Phoenix saga. Kind of crazy that he would do that. I didn't research it enough to know kind of what headspace he was in to actually do fanfic of his own series that he worked on, but there must have been a reason. But it's pretty incredible, and I read most of it. I think I've read, I want to say about 85% of it. And anyway, it's amazing, and the more that I've been researching and the prep of today's Master Study, the more I realize like he was totally channeling himself in the 80s when he was doing this new series, because a lot of like just the setups, the shots, the framing, the rendering, all was very, very reminiscent of that Dark Phoenix saga time, which I have here. I'm referencing this baby a lot because of John Byrne's work on it. And it's amazing. There's so much great work on here. And one thing to note is his inker was Terry Austin, who is one of the greatest inkers of this era that I loved his work. Probably one of the cleanest inkers. And I'm going to try and channel some of Terry Austin's choices, techniques, style when I'm inking this page for John Byrne, these pencils that he did. So the process then, what we did was we looked at a few different pages. I threw it out in the poll to the chat in a poll form to pick one page, and the votes came in, and the final page for, or the page that we are going to do is this one here, which is awesome. This is from issue 17 of Elsewhen. And I love this page. There's a lot going on in here, but it's incredible. This like Kitty Pryde up here, phasing through this technical electronic stuff. This great reverse angle here of her. And then this close up on this eyeball. And then Wolverine going crazy here at the end, which is amazing. What I love so much about this is, as I was, like I'd mentioned just about a few minutes ago, as I was researching just the pages from this Dark Phoenix saga, and looking at what Terry Austin did, what John Byrne did at the time, I realized that so much of the stuff is like very similar. Like he was just tapped into what he did before. So I'll show you guys some of those reference pages before I get going. But let me get here in the chat. I see the chat starting to move. And I'm so happy that you guys are joining me here in this late night. I wasn't sure who would show up late night because I haven't done a late night stream in a while. But Comrade Sammy did. She said, late night stream, let's go. Comrade Sammy loves the late night streams. Although she did say that she just took melatonin. So if she vanishes at some point during the stream, you know why. If you doze off, if my dulcet tones tuck you into bed, Comrade Sammy will know why. Comrade Sammy also gave a R.I.P. Mark, our good friend Mark's Music Obsession, who he is, if I'm going to guess, he's probably asleep. Mark tends to go to bed early. But who knows? Maybe Mark will wake up. I know he'll be bummed that he missed this out. John's here. What's up, John?
He goes, what's your name? He goes, John.
Look at Rocky trying to be like Shant with the unruly schedule. That's right. Shant's been streaming again. Whenever Shant starts streaming, my good friend Shant and Jetty Art, when he starts streaming again, who knows what hours. I think I looked at a stream, one of his latest streams, and I think he started at 1:30 in the morning his time, which is insane. I'm already asleep, and I'm on the West Coast. He's on the East Coast, so I can't even believe that that he did that. I can't keep up with that guy. Comrade Sammy says, John, top of the morning. Well, for you anyway. That's right. We're already tomorrow for John, I think. Timmy Mello's here.
And the Guardians are headed to October.
A late last Master Study stream, ironically, as the All-Star game ends. Yes, and as I said in the chat, Timmy Mello, there is no irony in that. That is kind of the timing of how I was definitely had my eye on the All-Star game, although I actually stopped watching to prep for this stream when it was tied at the end of the ninth. And then I don't know what the rules were. They went into like a hit off or like a home run thing, and I believe the National League won, which is awesome. Go National League. But yeah, I don't even know what happened. I'm gonna have to go back and watch the highlights. I think Kyle Schwarber hit some crazy home runs, which that guy's a great hitter. What the flip? Awesome One says.
Yes, that's awesome.
What the flip indeed, Awesome One. Awesome to see you here. All you guys saying hello. This is a fake stream. Maybe Emo hacked Rocky's channel like Elmo was hacked. I saw that. There's some crazy stuff going on X right now, on Twitter X, and Elmo was hacked and he went crazy. It's almost like he went on a binge, a bender. It was a little nuts. Don't know what's going on. John threw out the hashtag there, justice for MMO. Yeah, he's fine. MMO's fine. He's sleeping. He's getting more rest than we are. Emo and Elmo are just one letter off. That's right. Is Mark okay? He's fine. I think he's fine, right? No, nothing happened to Mark. I think he's just sleeping. Anyone see Superman yet? Timmy Mullo? Yes, I did. And I know you did too, right? We went back and forth a little bit on X. I did see Superman. I saw it on Saturday night. And it was fun. It was a lot of fun. If I were to summarize it, I'd give it a 7 out of 10 in my book. I know there's a lot of commentary from all sorts. I can't even imagine releasing a movie in this day and age because the peanut gallery commentary starts months in advance. And granted, Superman is a very loaded subject and near and dear to many people's hearts. So, yeah, I heard a lot of the like warning controversy that people were saying, oh, it's going to be woke and it's this huge thing. I didn't feel that, to be honest, watching the movie. I kind of was, I'm pretty sensitive to that stuff and I don't like it. But I didn't feel like it was heavy-handed in that way at all. I think the message was heavy-handed, but I didn't think it was like a woke message per se. But I thought the casting was really great, and I think that the message was great for that aspect of Superman. They didn't do another origin story. They just kind of jumped forward. And it was very James Gunny. So if you like James Gunn as a director, he most famously directed all the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, and then like Suicide Squad and Peacemaker series. So he's the head of DC's filming, like DC film universe right now. So he's got a big hand in what DC was going to be doing from now in the future. So Superman is kind of that first movie, that first flag in the ground he's putting to say, hey, this is the direction we're going. So I don't know, it was cool. I enjoyed it. I know they filmed a bunch. Timmy Miller says it was actually really good. Awesome One. Awesome One has not seen it yet. And I know they filmed some of that. That's right. We went back and forth on this, Timmy Miller. They filmed some of this in Cleveland, in your hometown of Cleveland, in that stadium. So, yeah, I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. It wasn't perfect, but I enjoyed it. And I thought the casting was great. I really like the guy who plays Superman. And they have a whole slew of different characters, not to give away any spoilers, but a whole bunch of different characters that they introduced with the standard Lois Lane, Jimmy Olsen, Lex Luthor, but then just like tons of secondary characters too. John has not seen it, but enjoying the Superman reviewers' consternation over it. Do they like it? Do they not? If again, I've said this before, if you don't, good or bad, if you get a like, well, yeah, but it's all right opinion about anything you put out there, I think that's less successful than if you get people that really hate it and really love it. And yeah, I think Superman is that. I think I've read and heard mostly positive reviews and some haters out there, but you always get haters, I guess. I have watched all the Superman is meh videos, Awesome One says. That's one way to go. I don't buy the negative reviews in the film. I saw it and absolutely loved the story they told with the cast presented. They all feel very disingenuous. The reviews do? Yeah, possibly. Yeah, I think people they were just set on hating the thing from before they even saw it. And so once you jump on that boat, it's kind of hard to backtrack a little bit. So they just kind of lean into the hate, even though who knows if they saw the movie and enjoyed it or not. John says you should make a Master Study intro trailer to give a summary in story form. Well, you guys, I don't know. You guys saw the new, I tried the new trailer or made a new trailer for Master Study, but you're right. Maybe I should add a little bit of a story so I don't have to. That's a really great idea, John. So that I don't have to give my long, rambly, yappy intro. Maybe I should incorporate that in. So that's a great idea. I will do that in the near future. But yeah, I tried to brand it a little bit with a different intro. And the outro itself is also going to be different. So check that out at the end of the stream, you guys. Lindsay Rose is here. What's up, Lindsay Rose?
Roses are red. Violets are blue.
Good to see you here. I don't think I've seen you live on granted, I haven't done a Master Study in a while, so this is the first one I think I've seen you at. So welcome. Hope you enjoy it. Elsewhen is fan fiction on steroids. Definitely. It is definitely the most very thought through fan fiction by somebody who he created the original. So he's doing fan fiction of the, I don't know. Emo Trash. Good seeing you, Emo Trash. Ready for some evening derailing? When does the Dark Phoenix join Excalibur? Different Dark Phoenix, not this one, but she joins. What is the timeline on that one? She joins. Oh, that's a good question. She goes to Dark Phoenix being Rachel joins Excalibur, but it's a different one. She's from the future. So she's like from a different timeline. I'll have to get back to you on that awesome one. The exact timeline on that. Some are paid just to complain about things. That's right. That is right. Was that the one I voted for? It was C, John. It was, or the third one, issue 17. So I think it was the one. Mark was voting for A, which was issue 3. And it didn't make it. It almost did, but then it kind of swung the other way. It's become so obvious this weekend. I lost a lot of respect for a lot of reviewers because I know they were not being genuine for clout. Yep. There's definitely this. John did vote for this one. Did you think I wouldn't show up for late night? I don't know, Comrade Sammy. I'm not sure. You've been a little busy, but maybe that's during the day streams. So it's good for me to tap into the night owls. Let's see how long I last, because I haven't done this a while, but I really, really wanted to get started on this before it got too long in the tooth. I'll say good night in advance, Lindsay Rose says, just in case you fall asleep while watching. Possible. Comrade Sammy, look into magnesium glycinate. Start taking it, and it gets sleepy an hour after you take it. My wife tried, recently she tried that mushroom coffee. Oh my gosh, we've been getting so many ads for that, like on Instagram or like social media. Mushroom coffee, and it works really well. I've never tried it myself. I don't like the idea of mushroom coffee. But she drinks it right before she goes to bed and kind of knocks her out. So there's something in there, some ingredient in there. Melatonin can't stop the chat, Ninja. I was stat watching while studying this Big Icon Jim Lee mega book for gesture techniques. I just got the book a few days ago. Oh, what's the name of the book? Big Icon Jim Lee mega book. What's the name of the book? That sounds cool. Usually take a supplement called Z Factor. I think it has magnesium, if I'm not mistaken. Usually gets me tired about 30 minutes. You can also take the Rocky yapping at the beginning. Oh, wait, weird. On this computer, I don't have the gunshot. Darn it. You can take the Shoot the Fat supplement, Comrade Sammy. That'll also put you to sleep in 30 minutes. Rocky might have got canceled if he did a movie. To describe Corn Sweat's Superman, he's very much like Brendan Fraser. I hate Brendan Fraser. I never liked that dude. But he's likable, kind of dope. Yeah, I feel like Corn Sweat, like, totally encapsulated the Kansas or Smallville, like, big lug, like, good guy kind of feel to him. Yeah, he was good. He was great. Lucky says hi. Hello, Lucky. Hello. Been here for a minute. Lindsay Rose has not seen Superman. Yeah, I recommend you guys all seeing it. It's a fun movie. It's fun. It's great to see it on the big screen. I've heard some people say IMAX is even better because there's a lot of... It's like a fast-paced movie. Like, it does not slow down. So, as you can imagine, James Gunn, lots of action sequences, a lot of like great setup moments and like big set pieces. So it's fun to see in the theater. Don't wait for it to stream. If you're going to see it, try and see it in the theater because it's worth it. Everybody saying hello. K-pop junkie is here. Of course she is. K-pop is all hours, all the time. 24 hours K-pop junkie. Let's see. Gary's own words are close to it. It's like we are back just arguing about what a character should be before all these superhero movies. K-pop says, hi, John, it's Katie. Oh, John was asking, but have you revealed your name before? It seems like you have, but can't remember. It's Katie. Wow, 2 Katies. Katie's in this chat. Katie, of course, from the UK. Who knows, is she awake? She might be awake now. And Katie Pop Junkie, also known as K-pop. Rocky, this is your reminder to put MS summary intro trailer in your notes lest you forget. Thank you, John. I don't even know if I cleared these notes from last time. Nope. But I will. Okay, we're going to say master study, explain master study in intro. There we go. I'll remember that. I think. MS Paint is dope. Like the program? Is that what you're talking about? K-pop? Thanks, Rocky. I think I caught the very end of the... Oh, you did? Okay, nice. Shant and Jetty. Shant. You are one to talk, my friend, Shant and Jetty. You go to sleep. That would be the shocker of the century if you actually went to sleep. If I saw Shant getting sleepy, I have never seen Shant get sleepy. Like in all the years I've known him, I've never seen him get sleepy. Shant, sleep is for chumps, Comrade Sammy says, as she like passes out in her magnesium. Sleep is indeed for the weak. That's right. I agree. John says, I'll try to remember this time. Email where I talked about K-pop Demon Hunter, and I said I heard your sound effects. Yes. Have you seen it yet, K-pop? Come on now. We've given you a couple weeks here. It's good. That music, that dang music is stuck in my head from the movie. So that's a good thing, I think. And I think it's charting, too, as good as that music is. It's charting, so it's not K-pop for nothing, you know? Lindsay Rose says, yes, Rocky, because I'm on the East Coast. Yes, that makes sense. It's funny, though, because a lot of people that show up on my late night streams are on the East Coast. That's kind of weird. You would be the last people I think I would start in the East Coast. It's mostly day streams. I have nothing at night that requires my attention to the point where I can't chit-chat here on stream. Cranberry Landers is here. What's up, Cranberry?
This is a cranberry full of power.
It is a full house. Becoming a full house here. Icons. Oh, icons. Yes. The DC Comics Wildstorm art of Jim Lee. Nice. Nice. You mean your ASMR adjacent voice? Yes, that may also lull me to sleep eventually as well. I saw a funny ASMR video where I guess it was like two, I want to say Korean girls or Japanese girls. And one girl was like doing the ASMR. It was like opening packages and eating food or whatever. And the other girl, I guess, had never been exposed to ASMR before. But every time the girl did something and lifted it up to the mic, the other girl was like, wah, wah. And it was like really loud. And she was like, shh, 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 you can't talk. She was speaking in their native language, but she was like, you can't be so loud. You got to whisper for ASMR. So it's kind of funny. Rocky, have you seen Blast from the Past with Brandon? No. I don't like Brendan Fraser. I don't. I think, what was that like caveman movie he did? And I was like, no, I'm out. Then he did Monkey Bone, which had like a stop motion component in it. And I was like, I understand his appeal. I just never liked. Actually, the last movie I saw of Brendan Fraser was Whale, or The Whale. And he like gained a lot of weight from it. That one was disturbing. I mean, he was great. He was good. But yeah, I can see the comparison to David Cornsweet, though. But I like Cornsweet. He's more a handsome dude. Brendan Fraser is kind of like a dopey leading man. Blast from the Past is good. You know what, John? I'm going to put it in here just because I'll give it to you. Blast from the Past. Let's see if I can find that on streaming anywhere. I'll give it a watch. Just because you recommend it. All right, let's see Rocky at a zoo movie. No. Cran was supposed to sleep. I also picked up Creative Illustration Figure Drawing for All It's Worth by Andrew. Classic. Good one, Timmy Mello. I love how studious you are, Timmy Mello. Dedicated to it. Let's go, man. Keep doing it. Proud of you for keeping that up. K-pop lived in K-pop. Flood warnings where you are, Cranberry. I heard there's some weather problems going on all over the place right now. Like the people in Texas, oh my gosh, horrific. And yeah, I heard more flood warnings elsewhere. So stay safe. I didn't know. I believe you're in Arizona, right? Cranberry. Stay safe over there. What is this? The pigs at the zoo are probably asleep.
Better known as Mo, Big wasn't always the confident voice we hear today.
Who knows? I don't know if those pigs, they might be nocturnal pigs, Mo, but we wouldn't know. The zoo closes at about 4:30, so who knows? They have been known to have like night zoo some days. I'll have to look into that, and I'll see if those pigs are open. I don't know if that lady, the pig lady, is there, which is more important, right? But the pigs, they might be awake. College textbook level art materials, Shanthan Chetty art. You know what? You can never. Some of the art books that I reference, even to this day, are like the books that I grew up like as an elementary school kid. Those are some of the ones that like stick with you. I think I've talked about this book before. It was called Picture This. Look that up. Timmy Mello. It's an awesome book. They have different versions or updated versions since, but I remember that when I was really young, and it blew my mind. And it's a great book about like composition and leading your eye, and it's super simple, but it's really great. I also love, oh my gosh, Ed Emberley. Do you guys remember Ed Emberley's book, How to Draw a Book? Amazing book. He invented like UI, user experience, user interface, before it became a digital thing. Like just the genius of teaching how to draw like basic shapes, using basic shapes, but also giving you like a little icon code of how to draw it. Amazing. All right. Cranberry Lancers having nice casual conversations. Getting prepped for bed. Nice. You can sleep or you can smoke crack. I stand by my... Oh my gosh. How do you have flood warnings, Cranberry? Okay. My unpopular opinion is that the Saha boys are completely overrated. I mean, I did like Huntrick's music better than their songs. But dang, those designs of all those guys and all the girls in that. I love the designs in K-pop Demon Hunters. There was so much appeal in those movies, and it didn't just feel like, oh yeah, they're like referencing anime, which they were a lot of the times, but they kind of injected it with the cool, like, I don't know, cool flavor. So, but yes, I think music wise, I liked Huntrick's songs better. Those are the ones I listen to more. Can't believe I just said that. He's more interested in Lady Who Feeds Them. She's his muse. We're committed. Okay, right. I'm cooking some pasta. 1 a.m. It's time for dinner. Oh, man. I need to go to your house, Shant, and reset your clocks. I think you're on some crazy time zone that doesn't exist. You're in the negative time zone. Imagine Dragons, I don't mind. Depends on the songs. Can be hit or miss, but overall decent. Just going to watch some anime before going to... No, this is better than anime. Awesome one. If I can get through chat, this is better than anime. An alarm flashing on my phone saying there are maybe serious floods around here. Ugh. Yeah, I get a lot of like PTSD when I see like floods and the speed of some of those floods in that Texas, the horrific floods that happened in Texas. The speed at which was like, oh my gosh, really scary. Encino Man, that was the one. Yes, Lindsay Rose says Encino Man is hilarious. Oh, sorry. The juice is worth the squeeze. The juice is worth the squeeze. I like that. Rocky also hates Key. No, I don't. I love that dude. Dr. Jones. I got 2 notes in one string. That's right. I think you'll like the storyline. Okay. Brendan Fraser might look dopey, but he's got like a degree from Harvard or Yale or something. No, I mean, yeah. I don't think I was his target audience. Arizona? Okay. I mentioned the pigs in Rocky's mind immediate. He has the unassuming character portrayal down as an art, Cranberry Langers. Yes, it's true. Kind of that like Will Smith feeling, like an everyman, but like funny and yeah, like not your typical leading man. At least some of them Will Smiths before he slapped Chris Rock. Will Smith. Stop it. Was the art book Where the Sidewalk Ends? That's a good one. More books on understanding composition on art, the better. Yeah. Keep learning, Timmy Mello. Keep learning. Stay curious. Tell that to my kids all the time. You cannot. It's hard to train kids to be curious. You can try and give them like different skills, different life skills, but like to be curious, that'll get you really, really far. And I arguably am not curious enough. Based opinion, Rocky. Okay, doing all right. Thanks. Working on my project. I said I was doing. I've been putting off for time now. This is better than anime. You might be a little biased, Mo Biggs, but I'll take it. All right, I'm almost caught up. Wait, so Rocky was rooting for the Goonies to lose their homes? No, I love the Goonies. Love, love, love the Goonies. All right. Drunk 3PO went to the Goonies house. Someone says that's awesome. I'm giving a piece of furniture. Oh, yes. Comrade Sammy and her makeover furniture ways, her carpentry ways. Take their tablets and phones away, Rocky? Yeah, good luck. Good luck. Try doing that. Awesome one. Studio offered the pirate ship to the city of Astoria for free, and they turned it down, so they destroyed it. That's a bummer. All right, did I catch up? I think I caught up. Okay, finally. Oh my gosh, that was too long. I was going to jump right into this master study, and that was way too long. Sorry, guys. All right, cool. Here we go. Okay, this is the page, the blue-lined page. So this is the original. This is like the penciled that you can get online. You can download online John Byrne's pencils. So I blew them up roughly to the size, and I added these guidelines from that I've had before, like this template guidelines on a comic book page, just to give me a rough scale of what size he probably drew at it if he was, drawing this for a regular comic book. So yeah, this is it. There's no inked version of this. We will be doing the inked version of this, which is pretty awesome. So then I did the whole blue line process, as you guys know, where I take it in, take the image into Photoshop and do a little bit of like adjusting, leveling to get it to this like lighter blue line that I can ink on top of. And then I'll just keep these pencils on hand as a reference, which is awesome. But then I took some pages from John Byrne's run on X-Men, and I printed them out for myself just so I could see like Terry Austin's ink work up close and also reference it as I do this. I am going to be inking with a dip pen, a nib pen here, which is great. The only master study that I did in the past that I used the dip pen was the Mobius one, because I think Mobius uses a dip pen, and he has a lot of fine lines, a lot of technical detail. I'm just looking at the penciled version that I have above the camera here. Oh yeah, here it is. But yeah, you guys remember this one. If you haven't seen I have all the streams up when we did this one all the way from scratch. It turned out awesome, and the pen nib, different from the brush pen that I use. I'm sorry, the brush pen, the brush, the Winsor Newton brush that I use, which is my favorite weapon of choice as far as inking's is concerned. The difference is like you can get really fine technical detail with these like hatch lines and stuff, and that is pretty classic, pretty signature to Terry Austin's ink work. So that's why I feel like he probably used a dip pen for a lot of the line work in when he was inking John Byrne, and that's how he was able to get it so dang clean. So like, but look at this. So this is awesome. This is from an issue of Uncanny X-Men, the Dark Phoenix saga that came out in the early 80s, late 70s, early 80s. But check it out. Like, this is from, his Elsewhere series, but then this is from the Dark Phoenix stuff. So it's like he's totally like, I don't know if it's because he's John Byrne, he's the same artist, and he has these same like tendencies. But like this close up, I'm like, this is gonna be great reference to look at to ink this eyeball. I also printed out some stuff like, here's Kitty Pryde. This is, see, now Cranberry Langers does not like Kitty Pryde. I love this costume of Kitty Pryde because it's this all black and yellow, and that's what he's got. That's what she's wearing here on this page. So I tried to print out some reference of how Terry Austin inked her in this costume. Love this expression. The way that she does hair, that's going to be a big one. I don't think I'm going to be ever able to do this hair as clean as Terry Austin does. It's so awesome. And then also how he inked like some of this like technical detail here in the backgrounds, because there's going to be a lot of that here in this section. So I got this page. I just tried to get some pages that would give me some reference, like this side view of Kitty Pryde here. I got a side view that Terry Austin inked. So I'm just going to be looking at this, like how he handled hatching, how he handled using blacks and then going out of the blacks, like hatching out of the blacks, how he inked hair, like so many different hairstyles. Like, look at all these hairstyles. These are amazing. These different hairstyles here. Like, you can have so many different hairstyles on one page, but I love this page because like it just shows me what he was doing with the inks to try and convey different hairstyles, which will be awesome for like Wolverine's hair, Kitty Pryde's hair. Love the list page. I love this. This is great. It's kind of amazing what you can get online when you like read, like find comics that are scanned online that you can read, and even they have decent sized scans. So I was able to print it out to get a clear line. And then I printed out this page here. This is going to give us, here, I'm going to even zoom in closer to this page. Look at how Terry Austin handles or shows how he hatches a hairy body, which Wolverine has. Here's Wolverine here. So on the pencil version, I don't know if you can see it, he just kind of scribbles it in there, just like, oh yeah, it's like hairy arms. But like, I want to ink it like this, like Terry Austin did, which is crazy detailed, but still amazing. But I want it to feel like this when we're done. So I want his hair, the head of hair, his body hair and stuff to feel like this when we're done. That's the goal, at least. Here's some great stuff with like Wolverine and Rogue and Wolverine and Storm. And I love this debris here. We'll be inking some debris-ish stuff here. So yeah, these are different reference pages I printed out. Love them. And it's going to be fun to hopefully apply to this page right here. All right. Woo! So much talking. Rocky. Jeez. All right, let's see. At least you draw, unlike Bancroft, Awesome One says. What are you talking about? More like guidelines and actual rules, Cranberry Langers says. Let me make this a little, give us a little more opacity here. All right, changing it on the fly. Tracegate, stop it. Thank you. I don't make vids though. I usually post on my community tab. Yes, Conrad Sammy, post as you progress. I'll always love to see it. Franklin defeats Galactus is my prediction, and everyone is gay. Are you talking about Fantastic Four? Yeah, that's the next one I think I'm going to be watching in the movie theater. We'll see. Like, there was a lot of hype around Superman. The theater I went into, I didn't think I'd be able to see it opening weekend. I thought it would be packed, but it wasn't too bad. It was maybe about 75% full when I went. Granted, they were showing one every like 30 minutes. But I think Fantastic Four will probably be a little less than Superman. I think there was more hype around Superman. Fantastic Four has just failed so many people in the past, the different iterations of Fantastic Four. So I think people are a little wary of getting excited about it, but we'll see. Hey, Rocky, what happened with the other Mobius piece? What other Mobius piece? I only worked on one. Is she whacking Shaw? Yes. If you mean like beating him up and like messing with his mind, yes. Yes, she does. I like that version of her outfit best. Yeah, me too. Why are you calling me out, Rocky? Because, Cranberry, you have poo-pooed on Kitty Pryde on my stream many times. Our favorite plot football, Kitty Pryde. I was amazed as I was kind of researching this. I was like, wow, she's in a lot of these stories. Yeah, plot football is kind of a funny way to describe it, but it's kind of true too. Hair still makes 0 sense. Fluffy hair when you have to maintain intangibility for every hair. I guess that's why I like the bald cap. Covers up most of the hair. I guess if she was totally like just covered up all the hair, then I mean that'd be kind of a cool look too, but you needed the hair in the 80s. Come on, we're talking about 80s. You need the hair. You need the boofy hair to come out somewhere. So I think this is a good compromise for her costume. Cran wants us all to be like him. I thought I was a nitpicker. If there's a weird X-Men plot, Kitty will be a part of it. If there's a weird plot with Emma Frost involved, best believe Kitty will be involved. See, this is why I'm picking on you, Cranberry, because you go on these rants about Kitty Pryde. Leave her alone. Even Rocky thinks Rocky talks too much. He does. He might be referring to the controversy I made up about Bancroft tracing his wife's drawings and taking credit. What? Okay, I don't know enough about Bancroft's history. Did he do that? No. Did he? He's doing well with his campaign, though. A few campaigns came out recently. Oh, if you guys like Daniel Warren Johnson, they just launched on Kickstarter The Art of Daniel Warren Johnson just today, and it's already, I want to say it's already close to $100,000. Kind of crazy. Like, the Daniel Warren Johnson fever is 100% true. And yeah, he's got an art book coming out that just totally went bananas once it launched. And there was another thing in Kickstarter that came out that I can't remember. There's some good stuff coming out. I reluctantly would be dragged to see Fantastic Four with friends next Thursday. Give it a shot, Timmy Mello. Yeah, go in there with an open mind. You might be surprised. If Fantastic Four is not a hit, we may never see the wedding of Ben Grimm and Johnny Storm scheduled for part 2. Yikes. I have to maintain fine control over exact placement. I'm going to wear a big fluffy hairdo when I'm transferring between layers. It's like breathing. I don't think she's thinking about it that specifically, Cran. Come on. Her power is not like, I don't think she has to concentrate so specifically. Okay, so the ink, I'm gotta get started or I'm not gonna get anything done. The ink I'm gonna use is Speedball Super Black. Oh my gosh. Good night, everybody. Well, I guess I didn't close that tight enough. That's okay. It's good. It's good. We'll improvise here. I'm actually surprised that hasn't happened sooner. This ink, this Speedball ink, let's see, I want to absorb some of this. This is awesome, guys. I just want to make sure I'm not going to make any more mess by trying to take care of this best. This Speedball ink I've used this ink before, and I liked it. I think I was using it on the Barry Windsor Smith drawing. and I liked it. It's actually a little bit thinner than some other ink that I've used, the Kohinoor ink, which I was debating using on this. The Kohinoor ink, not to bore you guys with the details, the inking details, but the Kohinoor ink was a little bit more gummy, and I do remember that when I was drawing with when I was drawing the Mobius one, that it was a little gummy, so it's kind of sticky, tacky. So I decided to try the Speedball ink, but it's in this big container, as you saw, as I was trying to show you on camera, and way too big because accidents happen if you're playing around with a big container. So I transferred it into this smaller container, this empty Winsor Newton ink container, not to be confusing. But there you go. Yeah, I'll white that out later. Too bad it didn't land right on the eyeball. That would have been helpful. But I'm going to start on these 3 middle panels first. And then I'm going to move up to... I don't think I'll get past these 3 panels. But then the next phase, I'll go up to this one here with Kitty Pryde once I start getting more comfortable with things. And then I'll finish it off on this panel. This will... Hopefully I'll be all warmed up through these panels by the time I get here, because this is going to be awesome, but it's also going to be really difficult to work on. So let's see. The 80s has the worst hairstyles, yes, but it was pretty iconic too. At least nobody has broccoli growing out of their heads in the 80s. Mel B is an excellent artist. Justice for Mel B. Oh, okay. Got it. Okay, she's far too busy doing everything else down to landscaping to draw his book. I have heard that joke before. Womp womp. All right, everybody. There. Thank you. Wait, I gotta give it one of these. Happens to many artists. Yes. See, this is real life here, guys. If I was just like perfect, as my other master studies were always perfect, right? If I just maintained that level of perfection, you guys would think I'd be like AI, or I wasn't, I wasn't real. So I'm just keeping it real here for everybody. I have enough ink in here to dip. I want to try and dipping more than I have been. Man, this is just going to stare at me and it's going to mock me. So, all right, where are we starting? I'm going to start on the big eyeball. So yeah, I'm just trying to be relatable to you guys. I don't want you guys to feel like, it's hard to chase perfection because Rocky's always perfect on his master studies. So I did that. That was for you guys all out there. Yeah, it sucks. I'm surprised it took me this long to do that though, actually, because that's pretty normal for me. All right, so let's see how this goes. Let's see. I want the Terry Austin artwork here for reference. I want to look at the pencils. Just got to get all my reference in the right spot. What a Rocky move, right? If it's not my mic's going out or muting myself, it's dripping ink. True artist, this is what artists cope with. That's right. Let's just say you're doing a finishing move that Shelby uses. I'm kind of glad Shelby wasn't here, because Shelby would scold me to no end if he saw what I just did. All right, I gotta get a little warmed up here because I have not inked with a nib in a while, and it takes a little while to get used to this. I'm already kind of shaky here. That looks horrible. Already looks horrible. Terry Austin would be laughing at me. Okay, I am going. This is gonna be totally lame, you guys, but I am going to go wash my hands because this makes me nervous. That I'm not the kind of artist that wears gloves. I hate anything on my hands like getting in the way. So I'm gonna go wash my hands because I don't want to be smearing black all over this. So give me 1 second. I will be right back. Do I have that screen? Yes, I'll be right back. Promise. All right, I'm back. All right, I'm also going to put a post-it here, just in case. If Bancroft spotted a black like that, he would call an emergency meeting of the... Stop it. Oh my gosh. Did you go to a Filipino pig roast? No. It was bound to happen sooner or later. It was. Grog is Rocky AI. 50s were the best hairstyle period. I mean, 80s were... There were some horrible, horrible hairstyles in the 80s. But at least you could look at it and like you knew it was the 80s. It's iconic, you know. So yeah, you definitely have to get comfortable with the nib. I've seen there's some incredible inkers out there that use nib and they just have great pressure control. It might be the kind of nib they use or just their experience. I am not at that level yet, so I feel like I'm just always like scratching my way through. Oops. And like tearing the paper as I go, dripping ink everywhere. Okay, let's see. This ink too, I don't know. I'll just give you all the details about ink that you never knew you wanted. But this Speedball ink has a very weird smell to it. It smells kind of fishy. It's weird. When I opened it up today, and then I was trying to dispense it into this container. I was using like a, what do they call it? A little eyedropper, and it was like sticking, like nothing was coming out of the eyedropper as I was trying to like suck it up to put it, to transfer it into this bottle. And then when I looked closely, I realized there was like this film on the ink that because I don't know, maybe the bottle isn't airtight enough or something, but this film had formed, and as I realized that, I took the eyedropper and kind of pierced the film a little bit, and it was like this gelatinous, it was kind of gross, this like gelatinous blob that I had to fish out of the ink to like clean it a little bit. I don't know what happened, it just solidified. Maybe because I haven't used this ink in a while, or maybe that's normal. And if I'm struggling with this, if I struggle with this dip pen, I might switch to a brush. But we'll stick with it for a little bit. I am a bit rusty right now for inking because I haven't done it in a while, so I'll give it a little bit of time. I do remember when I was inking on that Mobius page, it took me a few tries before I started getting comfortable. Oh, I forgot to queue up my horrible YouTube music, which I think will be the only music, if I ever play music or use music on my streams, it's gonna be through YouTube, because there's still some remnants of this whole like copyright issue that I'm dealing with for my channel that has been lingering because of previous streams. So I think I'm almost done. Everything is... I've been able to dispute a lot of the copyright issues that have come up, but it's taken a while. It has taken a long while. But I think the safest bet is to use YouTube approved music from here on out, as opposed to like sites that are like, oh yeah, this is copyright free music you can use, except in Denmark. Or, yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be there is a lot of books coming out tomorrow, and I'm actually surprised. So if I can get to the store, and I think it's going to be a 2-store day tomorrow based on what I was reading that's coming out. Yep, GPT. Rocky, stop it. You're perfect, perfectly insane. Welcome to the club. I appreciate you feigning imperfection, Rocky. It helps us believe even we can succeed while still having faults. You're unmenched. Grok knows where Rocky went to school, creepy. Yikes. Don't enter my name into Grok. I don't want it to, like, start learning. No, don't do that. Creepy. I was debating using a circle template for this eyeball, but I kind of want to freehand it. I don't know. I'll let you know in a second if I decide that. I'm a big fan of like using templates and rulers and all that when you're penciling, but there's something cool of like taking that, trying to do a hand-done finish on top of something that is really technical. I don't know, because now I'm gonna probably want to use rulers on all this like circuitry and stuff like that. So I just contradicted myself. One of the things I want to get better at is like this tapered lines. Terry Ostern had some great spacing and tapering on his lines. It was just so clean. Like this stuff here, it's really beautiful, beautiful line work. Or I love how he always came out of the like huge black swaths of shadow, and then he would do this like feathering out of it, like here and our shadows here. It's really nice. It's a lot of ink. Next, he'll wash his hands off the... I was hoping the cat would come. I think they're sleeping. Yeah, they're not here. Sometimes they usually sleep down here. I thought you were just wearing black nail polish. No. Mohawks rock? Yes, absolutely. Syringe, yes. Wow, I'm behind. What the? Did it say we are Venom? L Chung 79, get out of town. Super chat for $20. Get out of town. I don't even want to accept it. I'm gonna Venmo that back to you. Thank you so much, L Chung 79, my good friend. I don't know what you're doing awake right now watching this and or dropping $20, but that is crazy. That is super generous. And I still don't have a good did that happen right when the ink dropped? Did you drop the 20 right when the ink dropped? Thanks a lot, man. I really appreciate that. I actually watched Superman with L Chung 79, so there you go. We already have our full circle moment in this stream. YouTube is just jerking around to show you who follows who. Lines for the eyelashes are feeling a little thick, Rocky, unless the original copy is faded or something. The lines for the eyelashes. Yeah, I mean, I think they do right now. I can see that. They're pretty thick here, but once I get these lines in here in comparison, I think it'll feel to scale. emo trash. Creeping in the background. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, El Chung. That's too generous. What's up, Zaid? Comics, Phil? How you doing? Everybody saying hello. Hello to Zaid Comics. Big day for Rocky. 2 stores day. That's right. Grok, what's Rocky's middle name and favorite food? Stop it. Grilled cheese? No. What is my favorite food? You guys can ask me directly what my favorite food is. What is my favorite food? I like a lot of food. I don't think I have one favorite food. Cuisines, I could give you guys favorite cuisines. I'm a huge fan of Mexican food. Love Mexican food. I can almost eat Mexican food every day. I love a good burger. I love Thai food. I really love Thai food. Like the flavors, the fresh ingredients. What else do I like? I love Indian food. Let's see how we're going to do this. Trying to think of some examples that Terry Austin did. I do like Italian food. Yeah, I'm down for like most cuisines. But if I had to pick, I'd say Mexican food or Thai food would be up there as some of my favorites. Gosh, he's just so definitive with his hatching. Looks so confident with his hatching, and I feel like mine's going to be more like scratchy. I'm going to let that dry before I do any cross hatching on that. Yeah, there's just so much Terry Austin's inks. There's like so much control. Even in like crazy chaotic hair, it's like they're so clean. Grok, is it true Rocky is a favorite? Yes. Noah needs some love. Go give Noah some love. I don't even know who Noah is. But give him some love. I popped into Noah's stream for a minute. Everyone is debating the pros and cons of saying hello. Grok, what is the list of Rocky's phobias in order of biggest to least? My little brother used to have a mohawk. I used to spike my hair when I was in like fifth grade, sixth grade. I would spike it. Didn't quite work. I mean, it didn't look as good as I thought it would. But one of my good friends at the time, he spiked his hair, so I was like, I want to be like him. His name was David. And I was like, I want to be like David because his spiked hair looked cool. But yeah, it didn't work out. Okay, let's see. In my brain, it's like, what would Terry Austin do? Yeah, it's weird. This ink is kind of goopy. Like it's like a little bit of a film that's forming. Just going back to this eye reference here. Yeah, I think I can freehand that circle. Grok, is Rocky a human? Ah, El Chung, thank you so much. I owe you a $20 drink, my friend. There hasn't been this many late night streamers since 2020. Don't let Rocky blame you for startling him into spilling the ink, El Chung. Yeah. Zaid Comics saying, hey to everybody, working on some print files. Nice. Kids cuisines. Kids cuisines. Is that one of your favorites? Kids cuisines? Burgers. Yes. Thai food's where it's at. That's right. If Mark were here, he would agree. Are the top 3 spots for your favorite foods? Rocky claims to love Mexican food, but lately all he can think about is being fed. Stop it, Momix. Stop it. Oh my goodness. You know what I just realized? I don't have a sound for El Chung, and he's my friend. Like I see him on a weekly basis, friend. Dang it, El Chung. Actually, I know what I would do for your sound effect, I think. So I need to do that. I need to work on that. You need to be the next. You're the next contestant on the sound effects are right. The price is right. Sound effects is right. I'm kind of embarrassed that I don't have a sound effect for you. You can get a nice, like, it's kind of a nice built-in thick and thin when you use a dip pen like this. And then just by changing up the pressure a little bit. It's kind of cool. Let's see. How would I do it? The other direction. Ugh. That's the wrong direction. There we go. See that like natural, like where I start, it's thicker and then it thins out as I pull the line. It's a lot easier to do with a dip pen nib than it is with a, at least for me, than it is with a brush. But the brush just has a nice smooth line that I always love. This, it's just torturing me. El Chung says, "Night, y'all. Looking good so far, except for that ink blotch." You can't drop a 20 and just leave. All right, see you later, buddy. Thank you so much. Filipino marinated steaks has to be my top 10 food. Nice. Wow. You're not just saying that because I'm Filipino? I appreciate that. Filipino marinated steaks. I think steak's up there. If you eat a good steak, my goodness. You can fake confidence, you can't fake competence. I think I can't fake either one of those. She's already wondering why he's been watching Deliverance every night. Then her eyes grew cold when she overheard the line, "I'm gonna make you scared." Mo Biggs, you're like the other side of the coin of Awesome One. Awesome One throws out these crazy thoughts, but yours are like a little dark. Mo Biggs. A little dark, a little crazier. I love it. Okay, so let's try crosshatch. Let's see what happens. I'm trying to see if I can find a good example of. I mean, Terry Austin. So you guys know what I mean when I say like cross hatching, right? Like hatching. Terry Austin is great examples of hatching. I'll zoom in here a bit. Oh, can I zoom in? Oh yeah, I can zoom in. So, oh, sorry. Like these lines here are like hatch marks. They're all going in the same direction. And then here's one example of where he'll do the hatch marks in one direction and then he'll cross hatch it. And it kind of gives it a little bit more form. It like rounds it out a little bit more dimensionality with that cross hatching. It goes to dark here. So, but he doesn't do that, at least from what I'm seeing right now. He doesn't do that as often as you'd think. Most of it is just straight up hatching. No, I guess he does do some cross hatching. So I'm just trying to find some good examples before I hit it. I know I'm overthinking this a little bit, but If anybody is a good reference for inking John Byrne, it is Terry Austin. So I want to give it at least good effort here. So you can see how it kind of rounds out that, gives it a little bit more dimensionality once I add that cross hatching in. That's kind of cool. I'm going to have to white that out while I'm on stream right now because it's driving me crazy. Spiked hair always looked cool. Not a, yeah. Mine, yeah. This, for some odd reason, my friend David, his spikes looked way cooler than mine. Mine was almost like, because my hair was Asian hair and naturally already thick, like, I don't know. The spikes weren't as cool looking. It was almost like a block of cheese on my head as opposed to like individual spikes. So it didn't totally look as cool as David's hair did. I also have crazy cowlicks. I've always had crazy cowlicks in my hair, and it makes my hair like swirl in weird directions at times. Makes it very difficult to cut my hair in certain spots. So yeah, hairstyles that I think might look good don't tend to work out the way I always want them to. I can't see. And I think I'll just hand letter. I wonder if I should, maybe the frame. I wonder if I should do the lettering too. I mean, it's there already. One of the things that I'm noticing in Terry Austin's work is, especially when he does hair, is he'll kind of divide it up into these sections. And he'll break them up with some thick strokes. Like if you can see here, these like thicker strokes here. And then he'll do like individual lines or these like repetitive lines here to show that the waves in the hair, and then he'll break it up with these thicker chunks every now and then. So I think I'm gonna try that. Rocky, what's all this had to do with the zoo stream? Yes, Mo Biggs, he's not letting it go. Did Lindsay Rose get a say? She did, John. Were you not here?
Roses are red. Violets are blue.
Jason was trying to figure out what Canadian bacon is. Isn't it just ham? This kind of ham? I don't think Canadian bacon is like bacon, though. I don't feel like it's anywhere near what bacon is. Is that just me? Just feels like Canadian bacon is just like pan-fried ham. But it tastes way different than regular bacon. I mean, it's still good, but it's not bacon. Ooh, El Changeddon even more personal. Yeah, he needs one. He was sketching different animals. He started sketching lady. He was feeding pigs. Why are pigs at the zoo? They were not actually pigs. They were like wild pigs. I forgot what they were called. They have a certain name. It wasn't like a boar. It was like not native to America kind of pig. But in the pig family. So yes, I made the mistake of trying to draw this one lady who was feeding the pigs because the pigs were disappearing. They were not in frame. There was no animals to draw, and there was this lady who was walking around in the pig enclosure, like cleaning up and doing some work in there. And so Mo Biggs took that and ran with it. I feel like with some of this close-up stuff too, because we're so close to the eye, BYRNE adds these like little texture tick marks here and there. It's kind of cool. That's cool. That was a nice crosshatch there. I let that first, those first strokes dry, and then, because I think if it was still wet and I pulled across it, it would like tear the paper. But that turned out pretty neat. Do you have to use diphthongs when using a dip pen? Lindsay Rose thinks it needs one of these. I'm going to flee. Good night. Good night, everybody. Good to see everybody. Thanks, Cranberry Rangers. Please hit that like before you take off. Have a great evening. Good night's rest. It's actually not super late here. I'm still fresh. Oh gosh. Yeah, I feel like with any style that has a lot of hatching, cross-hatching, the dip pen is definitely a good way to go as opposed to a brush. I don't know. I say that, but there's some guys who are masters with brushes, like I would say like Dave Stevens, that did amazing hatching and cross-hatching using a brush. But yeah, guys who have more of like a fine line detail style, like Todd McFarlane, John Byrne, Arthur Adams, David Finch, those guys all would be inked really well with dip pen or like technical pen, where you can get a finer line. Drip was a common way of saying someone wasn't cool in the 50s. Mo is a situational humorist. Must have to provide another situation to poke fun at you with. Oh, goodness. Oh, no. What happened? Wow, that just ripped it up. Wow. Wow. All right, this Post-it's a little too sticky. Something with this ink is crazy. I don't think I'm going to use this ink anymore. Speedball Super Black. I mean, once this bottle's done. I'm cheap. I'm going to use it all the way till it's dead. But I don't think I'm going to buy anymore because it's kind of destructive here. Okay, let's see. What else we got here before I get to the eyeball. But yeah, when this ink doesn't dry, it just got ripped up right there. I'm just adding some more of these like odd texture lines. Okay. All right, I think I can start on this iris. Let me clean off this nib first. Isn't it interesting how drip now means something different and we're like 3 different things now? Yes. That's the least of my problems, Comrade Sammy. The mic bump, that's the least of my problems tonight. I just love when people say hangry as if the word peckish doesn't already exist. Peckish sounds a little bit more proper than hangry. I'm a bit peckish. Okay. Let's do this. I need to put this disaster bottle down. Yeah, I think because the eyeball, the eye, it's an organic thing. It's nice to do it like not with a stencil. Even though if you look at somebody's eyeball, it's like perfectly, it's like a perfect circle. But just gives it that organic touch when you don't draw organic things with stencils or tools. But if this was like part of, like for this stuff that's technical and non-organic, then I'll use probably curves and rulers. Man, thinking about El Chung's super chat, I'm thinking like, oh, because I think I'm going to be spending a little bit more tomorrow on the comics, all the comics that are coming out. So thank God for the super chat. Okay, where's my eyeball reference? Gonna kind of do it the way that Terry Austin did here. kind of cool. And then I think I'll use a regular pen to color in this black here. Almost done with one panel. Boom. Oh, there's all these like cracked eye. Like strained eye lines, bloodshot eye lines. I gotta add in here. That's kind of cool. I gotta wipe that out. It's bugging the heck out of me. It's round ham, Canadian bacon. Yes. It was not a mistake. It led to plenty of amusement for me, at least. Hort hog? No, it was not a... Oy, oy, oy. Warthog. No, it wasn't a warthog. It had a... It's like a weird name. Like some weird exotic pig. She was the first mod of Nerd, but she rarely streams. That's moot. Rocky didn't get within wart catching distance. He simply... Ah, gross. That's not true. It's not true, John. Rocky's making me feel bad for jokes I made 30 minutes ago. Yes. I don't know what's going on with this. I think the ink is really just ticky-tacky, you know? It's like, it's really sticky, and so maybe that part wasn't totally dry yet. Oh my gosh. Guys. This is not cool. I'm going to have to switch ink next time I stream on that. Look at that. Smearage. This is the messiest... This is the messiest master study. All right, that does it. I'm going to have to bust out the... Well, let me do the... I'm going to do these little bloodshot lines first, but I'm going to have to bust out the whiteout and clean this up because that's just driving. My mistakes are like laughing at me. And that's not cool. I feel like I need to go a little thicker here just to give some depth. A little thicker. Emo Trash, are you still there? See the eyelashes? They don't look so thick anymore, right? In relative to the other marks. Okay. But that, yeah, that, I gotta correct that and that. That's what we're gonna do right now. Right now. So I can't stand it. And when I use this, it's called Pro White. You do have to put a few different coats on it. So might as well get the first one on here. So usually this Pro White, it's basically like a thick white acrylic. Wow, this is drying out. But once you add water to it, it like kind of activates it back up like paints. So but yeah, I'll probably, because that one, like that black dot went all the way down to the depths of my soul. My gosh, what happened? See, it's like drying a little bit, but I gotta go over it again after it dries. But that gives me time to catch up with you guys. I better go on lurk mode, then I'll have FOMO. I felt like it needed to be pointed out anyway, though. Rocky water supply probably has soy. Time zone difference is busting me. 1:01 a.m. for awesome one. Dang. My eyeballs are very tempted to stare at the inside of my eyelids. Nevertheless, I shall stick it out till the end of the stream. Are you kidding me, Comrade Sammy? If you gotta go, you gotta go. I feel pretty fresh, actually, right now, which is surprising. The meds are kicking in. I'm actually, truth be told, been having, just my back has been bugging me this last week or so. So I do have to take like a little pain meds when I'm sitting at my desk too long. So, but I'm good right now. We're mid. What do they call it? The it's like how the medicine like dispenses in your body. I'm like midpoint. You know, it's kicked in, hasn't tapered off yet. It's good. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry a little bit more, and then I might need to do one more coat on top of that, but we'll let it dry and see. But at least I don't have that stupid black blob staring at me. Same, Comrade Sammy, they probably will soon. I can't help but feel like my pig jokes have become a black mark on this stream. Nah. Emo Trash is still awake. Emo doesn't chat much anymore. What? You guys gonna switch roles? Tank Ferret. What's up, Tank Ferret? Hail to all of you magnificent bastards and bastadettes. Nice. Welcome, Tank Ferret. Good seeing you. Love the profile picture. If it ain't Missy, you ain't inkin'. You know what? I'm going to take that. I'll agree with you on that. Although I do get quite bothered by the mess. If you've watched one guy that I promote a lot, or not a lot, but quite a bit on this stream, is the artist by the name of Daniel Warren Johnson. And that guy, when he inks, he does like live stream inks on his channel, and check it out. He's amazing. Like, it's so cool. But that guy is not afraid at all to get messy with his artwork and his inking. And I am not that kind of inker, unfortunately. I wish I was. I wish I had that kind of confidence that he does to just be like, "Rah!" Just like get really aggressive with it. I'm a lot more like the Terry Austins of the world, of like, keep it clean and nice, and maybe kind of a combo of both. But accidentally, I can get messy. Not on purpose. Maybe that's a bad thing. Or maybe this will force me. Inking definitely forces you to do it. And I'm not super all clean, otherwise I just stick with digital. I do love the mistakes, and, you know, trying to work around them. Alrighty, there we go. We got our correction in there. We don't have that blemish staring at us. So I will move on to, I guess, this middle panel now. Let's go. All right, so I like that page. This side view of Kitty Pryde is a great page too. Okay. Let's dive into this middle guy. Emo Trash is lurking as she is the chat ninja at the moment. Like, what is, like, chat ninja is, like, let's define that. Chat ninja hides in the shadows, then comes out and, like, hits you with the comment every now and then. I guess derailer, by definition, is just always out there and throwing curveballs left and right in the chat. So I think you guys have successfully, like, shared both of those roles before. These are some great teeth here. Where's my post-it? I'm nervous to put down these post-its now that it tore off that last one, but I'll put the sticky side on the non-inked. How did Terry Austin just say so clean with his stuff? It's amazing. Relative to other marks, yes, but compared to the original copy, everything is definitely a lot thicker and bolder. That's because you're looking at blue lines, and I'm laying down ink lines, Emo Trash. Yes, and I also probably I did fade it out for myself so that it wasn't so overpowering on the page that I inked. So yeah, that's intentional. Do one of these to tell me to ink inside there, to blacken inside there. I need some reference to. Lindsay Rose says, "Good thing I don't have work tomorrow." Emo is the Chat Ninja Pro Tempore. Yeah, lots of sitting does irritate the back. Yeah, it's funny because I feel totally normal when I'm like up moving around, but it's definitely like sitting position and driving is one of the worst positions. Something about that really bugs my. It's not even my back. It's kind of down the side of my leg. So yeah, gotta just work through that. But unfortunate because, like most of us, we're working sitting down. And you just get into these bad habits with your posture or, yeah, what muscles you're using or not using while you're sitting down. And then next thing you know, you like tweak your back, you pick up your stupid cat and pull your back. And then it's just irritated. just amazed at how clean Terry Austin stuff look. I've been way too busy to actually stick out a lot of the streams recently. I'm gonna just throw the one opportunity to have away. I leave for a minute, come back to Rocky's premature celebration. We don't have that blemish staring at us, right? Yeah, look, magic. It's gone. Rocky, try rubbing alcohol to remove the ink from your fingers. Oh yeah, I could. Totally. Or they have that cleaner you use in garage, like when you're doing work in like the garage or stuff with a lot of oil. What's it? It's like orange soap or something. That stuff always works. Always smells good too. Okay, let's see. How can I do this well? Still have not mastered this. Like you want to make sure the directionality of your curves, especially when you're doing hair, makes sense. Like, feels natural that the hair is growing out in the direction your ink lines are going. Darg! Where did that come from? See that little blob? Where? I am not liking this ink. Getting these mystery... Oh, it's on my thumb. These mystery marks. I think I just have to embrace it. This is going to be a messy one. I think I accidentally hit my thumb on something. And then... What the heck? Time to do a thorough cleaning after I'm done with this section. Right. Now, more areas to draw correction. Okay, I'm back. Rewind the show. Tank Ferret says, Rocky, I candidly cannot see the blue lines at all. No, these lines here. These are blue. Very, very faded blue. That's what I mean when I say blue lines. If I just printed them at like 1-for-1 blue, just turned them blue like from this deep, it would be way too powerful and like you wouldn't see the ink on top of it. I like it to be just enough faded out in the background so that I can see them, but not too dark that it overpowers the image and you can't see the ink. Okay, I need a little bit more water. Woof. To my blind eyes, you honestly... Really? Really? You can't see the blue lines? Then it must look like magic, what I'm drawing. You can't see that I'm actually just tracing these blue lines. John says, just like a ferret. Tank Ferret says, I'm a rascal. Ah, it's one of the reasons I got the nickname. I love that nickname. I'm talking about the other copy you have under the other stack of references you have printed. This copy. Yeah, there's no blue lines on this one. This is the original pencil. So, and you're saying that the eyelashes still feel thicker on this version. It's possible than this version. Possible. Yeah. Can't get it perfect, obviously, with all my dang smudges. Tank Ferret. You fit right in with the rest of us who tell Rocky to start over when we miss something. Okay. I was sleeping in the garden. John, it ain't a secret. We proudly exclaim and yell at Rocky all the time to start over. I don't even know why. We would just go back to the yappening at the beginning of this stream, and then everybody would fall asleep. So, I don't know. Shipping, restoration, and all about 40K. 1958 Ferret MK4 armored car. Whoa. That is something I know nothing about, but sounds awesome. I had some of those Oreo-like vanilla cookies. The only Oreos, chocolate. You can't get vanilla Oreos. No. Those like Blondie Oreos or whatever. Oh, I'm going to do this for my sake. I am going to color this in because I just want to see it all black here. Ooh, it's a lot of hair there. Do I want to tackle that hair right now? My gosh. I'm going to go for this profile of Kitty Pryde. Referencing this. Why does the word restoration make that sound like a reasonable amount of money? I mean, if you're talking about a tank, yeah. 40K does not sound expensive for a tank or a tank restoration or whatever. If I were to get one, it would be a business. Yes, write it off for your namesake. We all hope to be restored one day. I know restored one day. Yeah, that's 40K is cheap to have your life restored. Bloop. The ink fairy brought it to you. Be thankful. That dang ink fairy. She's just dropping her turds all over the place today. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. All right. Kitty Pryde profile. I better put another post-it here. Paranoid now. Okay, I think with this, yeah, with her all black mask, definitely going to use a brush to, that's going to be fun. That'll be so satisfying to just black out her entire mask. And what looks like what's happening is she's like phasing through the floor. Like, I think in the previous page, Wolverine's like lying against the floor and she's phasing through and like talking to him through the floor from underneath. For those of you guys still with me, thank you so much for checking in and being here. Please hit that like if you don't mind. As we continue to build this channel. Dang, this hair is complicated. Even start. Oh, I got to. It's kind of cool. I met this. This is what I love about the whole YouTube, internet comic community. I was introduced to a podcaster recently. He found me through Chris, the owner of Invisible Jet Comics, who I've promoted on this channel before. And basically I guess he went into her comic book store and she said, hey, you need to check out this guy's Rocky's channel. He does these cool master studies. He talks about comics on Wednesdays. And he reached out to me, and he has a podcast called the Evan Edition. I think he just rebranded it to the Evan Edition, but it's basically like a geek culture podcast. And super nice guy. He's saying he wants me on his show one of these days, which will be awesome. But he happened to reach out to me like right before I went to go see Superman. So immediately after I saw it, he was like, what did you think? And we were just going back and forth on text about like the things that we did like and didn't like. And then sure enough, like at the beginning of this week, or I think it was Monday, he had a podcast where he was with, oh gosh, I can't remember his name, another geek podcaster. And they were just talking about the movie Superman and what they did and didn't like. And so it was fun. It was just like nerd culture, comic book culture. And but it was nice to be connected to him. So hopefully one of these days I can make it on his show. Maybe I'll have him on my show just to talk nerd stuff. It was nice to meet new people. Gosh, these curls are... There was another bloop? Yeah, there's too many bloops. I like dipping those in milk. Oh, the vanilla Oreos. Okay, I'm off to bed. Have a great on all and stay magnificent. Thanks, Tick Ferret. Thanks for coming. Hope to see you again soon. Inking is looking sharp. Thank you so much. Guten Nacht. Wasn't trying to be critical, just voicing my opinion. No problem, Emo Trash. I love it. I love that you guys are paying attention. That at least 10% of what you guys are talking about has to do with what I'm doing. And the other 90% doesn't. But that's okay. Those are good statistics. I feel like I'm being a little too froofy with her hair here. Okay. Let me actually get some of these lines here. Dang it. Okay, let me get my brush here. Right. Yeah. It's at that point where I'm like, yeah, maybe Cran was right. Maybe she shouldn't have hair sticking out. Oh man. I know I love inking with a brush way more than nib. I actually enjoyed using the nib when I was inking that Mobius piece. But I've had too many snafus already on this piece. But yeah, I'm going to cross off this super black speedball off my list. It's doesn't dry fast enough. The Winsor Newton ink that I used on a few of my master studies, I used a Winsor Newton Black India ink. That ink dries very flat and very quick, and so that stops some of these like unfortunate mistakes from happening. But it seems like this speedball ink takes a while to dry, and thus more opportunities for smudges. The other day I was watching the artist Declan Shalvey do an inking commission, and he was inking stuff with like nib, with brush, with pen, and then at one point he pulled out the eraser and started erasing out the lines like really quickly, and I was like, oh my gosh. But his whatever ink he was using dried really fast, so it didn't smear when he erased the pencil lines. But I've done that before when I've thought ink was dry and then dragged an eraser over it and it just smeared all over the place. Okay, that's cool. It's coming along. I think I will... We gotta do his hair. Yeah, I think I gotta do his hair next on the side of his head. What happened to your ink bowl, Crucible Rocky? It's here. I just thought it would be harder to dip this guy. It'd be harder to dip in here, and I wanted to use, so I decided to use this guy. I don't know. Maybe I should have used that. I'm just trying all things new all the time. Without my pig feeder jokes, you're welcome to bring them back, Mo. It's fine. It's totally fine. Oh my goodness, it's almost midnight here. This is late for you guys. Admittedly, I'm still thinking them, just not typing them. I always hit like on this channel, and I almost always mean it. When the topic is computer hacking, it's more of an obligation. Or manga, anime, huh, Mo Biggs? I'm still here, kind of just nodding in. No worries, Timmy Mello. Thanks a lot for still being here. I so appreciate it. Everybody's fading. Yeah, it's almost midnight, my time, which is super late your guys' time. I'll go for a little bit longer, but I won't keep you super long. I'm already farther than I thought I would be, but very, very thankful that you guys are here. Let me just get more of this Wolverine hair. I guess I could use that as a reference. My gosh, it took too long after I dipped that pen that the ink dried already. Computer hacking, huh? Is that stream where I saw John said I was a real winner because I had to jet? Thanks, Rocky in chat. See you later, John. Take care. That podcast would be great to listen to. Yeah, check it out. It's the Evan edition. I forgot what... He had a different name for his podcast before. He was with another guy, but they kind of went their separate ways. Didn't go into detail on it, but... So he's starting something new, and yeah, it's just fun. It's always fun to hear different opinions, and he's pretty positive too. He's not one of those haters like we were talking about earlier, that's just hating for the sake of hating. He was like trying to find the good things, and he really liked the Superman movie as well. So. Before I forget, after all you guys are all passing out and leaving, stay tuned for tomorrow is my regular show, my regular Wednesday show, My Wednesday Comics. Planning on streaming tomorrow, unless something derails or gets in the way of that, but planning on streaming because there are quite a few books coming out, which was surprising. Books that are on my regular pull list, as well as a few new books, which I'm excited to check out. So come one, come all tomorrow, and come join in the fun. My Wednesday Comics is my weekly show to talk about what I get from my comic book store, my local comic book stores, and or other things that I discover relating to comics during the week. But tomorrow will for sure be about the weekly picks. And spoiler alert, new issue of Thick Batman is coming out tomorrow. Absolute Batman number 10 is coming out tomorrow. And it is one of my favorite books right now. So pretty excited about that. All right. I'm going to wrap this up pretty soon here. Just want to make sure I don't think I'm going to be able to get through all the hair before the end of this stream. That's kind of looking cool there, though. That, like, chin hair, beard hair. So the tough thing with this master study, different from my other ones, is I don't have a finished inked product to reference. So some of these areas I'm just kind of winging it, taking my best guess. What would Terry Austin do in this particular case? So yeah, maybe I will finish this hair. All right, dang it. I still haven't figured out what I'm going to do with these word balloons. I will probably just trace them with technical pen, since they're already here in the blue line. That's weird. You should be able to see his nose here at this angle. Oh. That's cool. That kind of turned out cool. Right. Ciao for now, John. The Lord bless and keep you. See you later, John. Another regular down for the count. I'm losing a Rocky. Oh, boy. Lindsay Rose, you got these like great quotes from music. Another one bites the dust. I saw this great, totally random, saw this great performer not too long ago. He's a Broadway star by the name of Reeve Carney. I don't know if any of you guys have heard of him. He actually, oh, this is kind of comic news actually. He, at one point, don't know if many of you guys know this, they actually, there was a musical, Spider-Man, the musical. Did you guys know that? And the director of that musical was Julie Taymor, who is the award-winning, she's a phenomenal, oh my gosh, I just got another smear there. She's a phenomenal theater director. She was the one who came up with The Lion King on Broadway. I don't know if any of you guys have seen The Lion King, the Broadway version of The Lion King. It's amazing. And that was her, Julie Taymor. So she did Spider-Man, the musical. She was the director, and the music was written by Bono and The Edge from U2. Crazy, I know. Totally crazy mixture. And you're like, oh my gosh, Bono, Julie Taymor. It ended up being a total disaster. I never saw it, but there was a lot of like crazy stunts and wire work in it. And apparently like people were getting injured and hurt, and there's all these lawsuits. It just became this huge nightmare. So it didn't do well on Broadway. But I bring all that up because the guy who played Peter Parker, Spider-Man, was an actor by the name of Reeve Carney. And he was the one who I just saw at this local like cabaret venue. And he was also the star of this musical, one of my favorite modern musicals called Hadestown. He was the star of that. And he was doing the music of Queen because his voice is incredible. He's got this incredible great range and can do Freddie Mercury style stuff. So his whole show that I got to see was about his tribute to Queen. And anyway, Lindsay Rose, when you quoted that Queen song, made me think of the performance I just saw. Crazy. Now Awesome One's watching some anime. Nice inks. Smudging ink since painful. Yes, sounds painful. Eminence in shadow. Ooh, dark hero working in shadow. I have narrowed the potential pig species she is feeding down to a peccary or a kunekune. Since kunekunes just like to graze grass. I think you... Mo Biggs? I think it was a peccary. I will confirm. Next time I'm at the zoo, I will confirm if it's a peccary or not. All right, should I just finish up this panel? I'm just going to do it, guys. If you got to go, you got to go. But I'm going to do it because it's just these straight lines here. And then we'll be done with this panel. And then we can call it. Oh my gosh. All right, let me get my technical pens. 0.7, 0.5. Ouch. Okay. Let me catch up here. Tomorrow, you mean later today? Yes, later today. Oh my gosh, you guys. He should really be in bed. It's late. Still rookie hours here on the East Coast. Dang, you guys. Emo Trash, Sean. Just start a stream, Sean. Just do it. More Bane, more swollenness. That's right. I'm excited for the swole. Rookie hours. The witches don't come out till now. What, you don't own original Burns? No, I don't, unfortunately. Shant don't sleep. That's right. This is Shant. See, Shant is so indifferent. He's in the negative zone as far as time zones. So he doesn't even know that he already came into chat once. He just lapped us. Oh boy. All right, let's see. 1, 2. Okay. All right, we're gonna finish this up here really quick. Boom. Oops. Jeez. Okay, almost done. Just make these edge lines a little thicker, just to give the viewer so they can see. That's the edge of the floor. Oops. That's kind of weird. Oh, shoot. Oh, I see the edge of her nose now. Okay. Yeah, there's her nose. That makes a little bit more sense. And then is that... Oh, there's her lips. Huh. How about that? It's like she's... I'll make that a little clearer with the inks. Oh, that's her teeth. Got it. Thought those were fingers. That makes more sense. Like you can see her profile now. I didn't even pick that up from the pencils. Cool. Shant, don't sleep. Sleep is for punks. Just had a bowl of Lucky Charms. Wait, I thought you were making pasta. I guess that was at 1 a.m. for your time. Awesome One says, I might eat sleep soon. Okay. 6 more hours? What are you doing here, Jason? What's up, man? Thanks for coming. We're going to wrap it here. Everybody's dying here. And all of a sudden, who comes out of the woodworks? Jason Bascom. What's up, Unhinged? Awesome seeing you. Lucky Charms. I don't like Lucky Charms. Jason drew Wolverine today. He did. Nice. Turn off the dark. Turn off the dark. It was not good. What? We'll be the judge of that. Is that on your stream, Jason? Is that on your stream? I'll be the judge of that. I'm sure it was awesome. All right, cool. I think I am done for tonight. Let me just finish here. These 2 panels are where we're at. Check it out. So that's cool. This will be the next panel we'll hit next time. This is Kitty Pryde, like, well, you can see it better here. She's phasing this way. I love that foot sticking out. And here's the shadow of Wolverine. I mean, the cool thing... I'll probably even make it even clearer here. Maybe I'll make this black so that pops out a little bit. This is a cool thing that, like, inkers or whatever have to make these decisions to make things read a little bit better. So, yeah, for, like, I might even go thicker on her nose and mouth that's on this side just so it's clearer. Because I missed it, actually, to be honest, from the pencils. But her face is phasing through this floor to speak to Wolverine as she's whispering to Wolverine. Then he's like, what? And then he goes berserker here. So that makes a lot more sense. But yeah, there's where we hit today, guys, with the crazy nib, crazy mistakes, dripping ink all over. I don't like this ink. Speedball, super black. It's very messy and stinky. So I don't recommend it anymore. Also, one says Hockey's Predator was good. The Lion King musical. Oh, here we go. That's right. Warthog. Lindsay Rose vaguely recall. Yeah, it didn't last that long, Lindsay Rose, because it was too many problems. It was way too expensive. Investors were freaking out. It was a mess. As much as like all the pieces felt like, oh, this could be cool, just didn't end up being cool. And some of the costumes, I love Julie Taymor's designs for costumes. Like her Lion King stuff is amazing. But some of the things she did for Spider-Man, just look it up. Oh, that's what you're talking about, Mo Biggs. You're right. Absolutely right. Turn Off the Dark. Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark was the name of the musical. If you look up the designs on that, some of them were so wild and wacky. And I think part of it was Julie Taymor is not a comic book person. And to try and turn it into like a Broadway theatrical thing was probably a bad idea. So yeah. He drew Spider Smurf again for Pleagle. I saw you two in Lexington. Nice. Now I can't think of the song line that had Warthog in it. Next time at the zoo, I'll confirm if it's peccary or not. Oh, I bet you will. No one is going nowhere, Unhinged has declared. Can you ride the pigs like the camp? Don't let Mo Biggs read that. You say that because you just got here. Take your time. It's either I watch the stream or I continue my binge watch of the series MASH. Classic show. I like those kinds of associate experiences. Rocky. Yeah, there's a lot of them. Over 2 hours and not done with a page. Who are you, Shelby? Shelby finishes fast. What are you talking about? But no, I'm slow. I'm slow of the slow. It's because I had a mistake before you got here. This huge blob of ink kicked us off, and it was bad news. It would have been longer if he had penciled it himself. Absolutely. Yes, yes. To be fair, Shelbs is only an inker, so at least Rocky can pencil. Oh, dang. What did I see Shelby did recently? I blanked. Oh, he was working on like a Gambit cover. It was awesome. Oh my gosh, so good, that guy. Let's ask. No, don't. Unhinged says it's me. Turn Off the Dark was the spot. Yes. Sorry, Mo Biggs. I'm behind. Absolutely. Some people might be. I personally could go that 6 more hours. That's because you're off of school right now, Nemo Trash. Oh my gosh. No need to watch that stream. Stay far away from it. Dope. We talk about Shelby, we don't watch. Okay. This stream was drip. Did someone die like the woman who played Peter Pan and fell? Somebody got hurt. I don't think anybody died, but it was dangerous. Now I want to see them. Yeah, just look up Spider-Man, Turn Off the Dark. Whoa, sorry guys. Turn Off the Dark musical, and you'll see the like Green Goblin. They had some other weird characters in there. It was weird, really weird. Didn't work, not at all. I don't know what that means. Awesome fun. Penciling is one thing, but this stream has proven anything. Inking is another breed of difficulty. It is, and it's awesome. I love it. It's really, really fun. There's something about, like, that's why I love spotting blacks, and there's something about adding clarity and artistry at a different level than what the pencils are doing, you know? And it's all about mark making and just mastering that tool that you're working with. I love it. I love black and white ink work. It's amazing. It's amazing, and it's amazing to create it. So, all right, I think I caught up. Great stream, great art, sir. Have a good night, everyone. See you later, Unhinged. I'm going to wrap up here, too. It was so good hanging out with you guys all tonight. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining me at the beginning of this burn. I was going to say burn, but that doesn't make any sense. This burn master study. And we'll move on to this panel next time, then move up here, and then this one will be the grand finale of this page. So hopefully, I'm going to try and move faster. I'd love to get another master study stream in this week, but we'll see. Next week is going to get really crunchy for me, I already know. So we'll see. I would love to try and get this done by the beginning of next week. So stay tuned. But definitely, if you guys are around, catch me tomorrow for My Wednesday Comics. I'd love to have you guys come back and see all the swag that I pick up tomorrow, because there's going to be a lot. I know it. I can feel it in my bones. So it'll be awesome to go through that with you guys. Thank you so much for coming. Thanks for watching and chatting and laughing with me with my mistakes. There will be more to come. And catch out the new outro that I've got. Let me know what you think about the new outro. Here it goes. All right. Take care, everyone. Have a good night. Get some rest, because I'll be talking to you in less than, I don't know, 12 hours, maybe less than that. All right. Comics. Love it. See you later. Take care. Good night.